A newsreel report from Tyneside in 1930. Men at work on a telescope and huge observing dome, engineered in Walkergate and destined for Toronto. Here, a 1950s satellite built on Tyneside. And an image of the Andromeda Galaxy taken by a Grubb Parsons telescope. Founded in 1925 by Sir Charles Parsons, long thought destroyed, the company archives have been found.
It's absolutely remarkable. We thought that these had been destroyed back in 1985 when the company went out of business, but to discover that they're still here and still visible, it's just tremendous. It's like being a kid in a sweet shop all over again. Grubbs were working, we know that Grubbs were working on an early version of a space telescope, something that would have actually been built on Tyneside and flown into orbit to do good work up there. Now, a variation of Grubbs' design was actually flown in the early 70s and was still in orbit and still producing reliable, useful data into the middle of the 90s when it was decommissioned because they ran out of money. But it would have been part of the great Geordie space race.
A variation on the design for the Tyneside Space Telescope was later adopted by the European Space Agency. Its ultraviolet explorer was in orbit until 1996. And this is a real beauty. Curators have pieced back together a giant Grubbs telescope which had been left to rust in packing cases.
And you use that to look through and make sure it's pointing.
Made here on Tyneside at the height of the 1960s space race.
It's now kept in storage here because at nearly 20 feet high it's too big to fit inside the Discovery Museum. This is the first time it's been shown to the public since it was decommissioned.
And you can see it's even got its original key. This was a camera, and you use it to photograph areas of deep space where there were thousands upon thousands of stars visible. It went to the top of Monte Porzio, near Rome, in an observatory there, and photographed deep space.
Will it ever be used again?
I'd like to think it might be. It certainly could be, with an input of skill and dedication and some money, I think. These controls are to make sure that the telescope maintains its exact point of view. Grubb Parsons, having established their worldwide reputation, were the place where people would come to who were building and commissioning and conceiving new observatories. They would come to Grubb Parsons almost before anyone else.
But by the early 1980s, financial times were tough, and under the Thatcher government, the company was wound up.
I'm pleased that the instruments are still out there in the field. I'm sad that the capability to manufacture optics on that sort of scale has been lost. The expertise was phenomenal. The technology that the company were pioneering was just pushing the envelope of what we were capable of. At the time, the science was breathtaking.
The mirror for the William Herschel telescope in the Canary Islands was the company's last triumph and is still very much in use. Astronomers used it to discover some of the first evidence of a supermassive black hole at the heart of our galaxy. Years after its decline, the Geordie space race is still helping to unlock the secrets of the universe. Hannah Bayman, BBC Look North at the Discovery Museum.